So now let us discuss about the law of diminishing marginal utility. This law states that as a consumer consumes more and more unit of a specific commodity, utility from the successive units goes on diminishing. So you can say like that the law of diminishing marginal utility states that as we consume more and more units, the utility derived from each successive unit goes to be on decreasing. For example, in making choice, most people spread their income over the different kinds of goods. People prefer a variety of the goods because consuming more and more of one any good reduces the marginal satisfaction derived from the further consumption of the same good. This law expresses an important relationship between the utility and the quantity consumed of a commodity. Let us understand this law with the help of an example. That suppose you want to drink a glass of a juice, pineapple juice you have taken. Second time you also take a pineapple. First, in the first time when you drink the pineapple juice, you will take a less time to drink it because you like it. In the second, what happened? You will take more time. In the third, you will take more time. And the fourth, you will take more and more time in comparative to the first or second or third. So the thing is that because of the continuously you are consuming the same thing again and again, your taste is now your interest is getting not in that glass of a juice. That is when the marginal utility drops to the zero. So after that point, if he or she forced to consume even more and more glass of juice, it will lead to disutility. Such a decrease in satisfaction with the consumption of a successive unit occurs due to the law of diminishing utility. Some assumptions are there for the law of diminishing marginal utility. Cardinal measurements of the utility. It is assumed that utility can be measured and a consumer can express his satisfaction in the qualitative terms such as 1, 2, 3. It is next assumption. It is assumed that utility is measurable in the monetary terms. Third is it is assumed that the reasonable quantity of the commodity is consumed. Assumption number 4, continuous consumption. It is assumed that consumption is a continuous process and higher satisfaction is compared to the first one. No change in quality. Whatever the commodity is consumed, it is assumed that will be uniform and there is no changes. Rational consumption. The consumer is assumed to be rational how measures, calculates and compare the utility of different commodity and aims of maximum total satisfaction. Fixed income and prices should be there, and perfectly knowledge about the market is also a one assumption. Now we will discuss about the consumer equilibrium or law of equimarginal utility. So because before discussing about the law, first of all, I will explain you what is mean by consumer equilibrium. The term equilibrium is frequently used in the economic analysis. Equilibrium means a state of a rest or a position of no change. So it refers to a position of rest which provides the maximum benefit or gain under the given situation. The consumer is said to be the equilibrium when he does not intend to change his level of consumption when he derives from the maximum satisfaction. You can say that consumer equilibrium refers to a situation when a consumer is having a maximum satisfaction with the limited income and has no tendency to change his way of existing expenditure. So here we can discuss about the law of equimarginal utility. So in this condition, consumer is consuming a single commodity, say X will be equilibrium when the marginal utility MUX is equals to the price MPX paid to the commodity equals to MUX upon equals to PX. So if MUX is greater than PX, the consumer is not at equilibrium. He does not buying because benefit is greater than cost. As a buy more, MU falls because of operation of law of diminishing marginal utility. When MU becomes equals to price, consumer gets the maximum benefits and its equilibrium. Similarly, when the PX is greater than MUX, then also consumer is not in equilibrium as will have to reduce consumption of a commodity. X is the rise his total satisfaction till MU becomes equals to the price. So it is given here in case of single commodity or in case of two commodity. Now we will discuss about the in case of two commodity also. In case of two commodity, consumer attains the equilibrium when you can say like that mu y upon p px. So in this condition mux upon mupx or muy upon py equals to MUM. It implies that the state of equilibrium utility per rupees obtained by the consumer from good X to good Y. So the consumer equilibrium in case of a single commodity, when all the things are combined to each other, means the quantity and the prices are combined to each other in a single way, then it is the equilibrium condition. Here E point shows you this thing. So here you can see that MUY and MUX, both the commodities met on a point where the MU is constant. So in that position means here it is give the name of R, that is a point of equilibrium. Here the satisfaction level of the consumer of the two commodities should be remain same. No changes is there. So at that position equilibrium condition comes, and that is the thing. Limitation of the utility analysis. If the utility analysis is assumed that the utility is cardinal measurable, then it can be expressed in the exact unit. However, utility is a feeling of a mind, and there cannot be a standard measure that what a person feels. So utility cannot be expressed in figure. There are the limitations too, but their decision is beyond to the scope. Next is ordinal utility approach. In ordinal utility approach, we can discuss about the indifference curve. So in the real elaboration of the indifference curve was made by J.R. Hicks and R.G.D. Allen, popularly known as the Hicks and Allen in 1934. They wrote an article, Reconstruction of the Theory of Value, presenting an indifference curve analysis. Modern economists disregarded the concept of the cardinal measure of utility. They were to be the opinion that the utility is a psychological phenomena and it is the next to impossible to measure the utility in absolutely term. So according to them, a consumer can rank various combination of goods and services in order to this preference. Whether he preferred the apple oven over the banana or he preferred the banana over the apple, or whether the indifference between the apple and banana, both are equal preferable and both of them give him same level of satisfaction. So this is the indifferent curve. Properties of indifferent curves are its slope downwards to the right. It is a convex in the origin. Two indifferences can never intersect. So we will discuss about the indifference curve. When a consumer consumes various goods and services, then there are some combination which can give them exactly the same satisfaction. The graphic presentation of such combination is termed to the indifferent curve. Indifferent curve refers to the graphic presentation of the various alternative combination of bundles to goods among which the consumer is indifferent. So here what they have given the one of the um, slope, and all the combination of x and y below the curve is inferior to those combination as a curve. In this share curve, you can see that the five combination of the apple and banana is given here. All points on the curve shows different combination of apple and banana. These points are joined with the help of a smooth curve known as indifferent curve, and where they are in the curve is the locus of all the points different representing different combination. They are equally satisfying to the consumer.